We're live now. All right. Yeah. Can you confirm for me if we are live? Please let me confirm YouTube, Facebook, please. All right.
Yeah, you're in the live season. Yeah. Sorry, session. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, Facebook. Good afternoon, YouTube. Good afternoon, everybody from all over the world. This is Okoyemi Balogun, the host of Parenting African Teenagers in Diaspora. Thank you so much for joining us from wherever. It's always a delight to have you all. I'm so glad you're joining Patid, episode 8. Yeah. And it is a live talk show that is intended to explore family issues, around the world, especially with our children living abroad. So I'm so glad to have you on the episode 8. I'm glad you are part of it. For everyone that has joined from the beginning up till this episode, thank you so much for staying through. Thank you so much for joining. I'm hoping that today's session will be the bang again. Today's session will bring so much light. It will carry so much fire by God's grace. So thank you so much. Yeah, without wasting our time, today we are going to be diving into a topic that affects many of us, especially the Japa generation. Yeah. So if you are watching, whether on Facebook or YouTube, TikTok family, let me apologize. We're going to be uploading the video after the live session. We had a little issue with TikTok. I battled with it for like hours and it still wouldn't work. So please, Facebook family, YouTube family, if you're watching now, kindly share to your contacts. Trust me, this is a topic that you're going to enjoy, especially to our people that are planning, that are just planning to move out. I know a lot of people are planning to move out now. So if you're planning to move out of your country, you're planning to move abroad, this is for you. Trust me, this is for you. So today we're going to be talking about relocation and its impact on our children. Relocation and its impact on our children. If you ask every African abroad that why did you relocate, we all have our reasons. We all have an answer to give. Someone would say, oh, I came here to give my children a better life. I came here to get a good job. I came here for security. We all have our reasons, and our reasons are very valid. Trust me, your reason for moving abroad is very valid, whether it is for job, whether it is for better education for your children, whether it is for a better future for your children, whether it is, for security, your reason is very valid. However, while you have that reason, while that is your own reason, for our children, relocation may not mean to them what it meant to us, what it means to us, right? Relocation to our children can mean that they are starting life all over again, right? Relocation to them can mean a struggle to start life all over again, a struggle to make new friends, a struggle to start doing things all over again. It may mean to them that they are leaving the school where they have gained a lot of ground and they are going to be starting over. So it may not mean to them what it means to you, right? Many of our children set out for relocation with fear in their heart, and that's why it is very important that we talk about the impact of relocation on our children. I know adults deal with their own impacts too, but let's talk about the children today, right? To join me on this live show today, this afternoon, are three wonderful people, right, that are ready to tell us their experiences firsthand. They're going to tell us their stories firsthand. I mean, the impact relocation has had on their children. Okay. Now, first on my guest seat today is Dr. Mrs. Folashade Silva. Dr. Mrs. Folashade Silva. Dr. Folashade Silva is a social worker here in the UK and a mom of two. She sells the best Ankara tops here in the UK. Yeah, I have patronized her, so I know what I'm talking about. She sells the best Ankara tops And any Ankara fabric, by the way, you should patronize her. Trust me, you should patronize her. And second on my list, she's a mom of two. She's a wife and a mom of two. And second on my list is Mrs. Blessing Ogundairo. She's also a mom of two. They are two jolly friends, actually. She's also a mom of two. And lastly, I have Pastor Ayokunle Akinshete. Pastor Ayokunle Akinshete is a man of many ranks, a man of many titles, right? I'm just going to run through his profile for us. Okay, he's a social justice activist, he is a writer, he's a motivational speaker, he's a diplomat by university training from UniBen, and then Futa is a commissioned clergy with RCCG background, and he now has a ministry known as Christ's Doctrines Fellowship Worldwide, which is headquartered in Ondo State, Nigeria, entrusted to his care by the Most High God. He was the former president of the Interdenominational Christian Youth Fellowship, ICYF, the umbrella body of all youth of the entire body of Christ, in charge of core ground operations of the Great Crusade by late evangelist, actually, Reinhard Bonnke, between February 3rd and 9th, 2003, as well as Divine Encounter Crusade by Pastor E. Adeboye on 31st January 2004, all in Ondo State, Nigeria. The provincial youth president of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Ondo Province, between 2000 and 2003, the pioneer president of the Nigerian Graduates Congress, Ondo State till date. Please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Pastor Ayokunle Akinshete, Dr. Mrs. Folashade Silva, and Mrs. Blessing Ogundairo. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad to have you three. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're going to dive into the discussion for today, right? And like I mentioned earlier during the introduction, we have all moved for different reasons. But then I think some of us, many of us assume that when we move, our children are okay. They are just well. Many of us we assume that once we move, our children will fit into whatever situation we put them. They will fit in very fast. Is it not children? Some of our children got here and they got here during winter, and during winter, your children who have never lived abroad are telling you, oh, mommy, I'm not cold, it's fine, and all that. So some of us think our children adjust very fast. We say things like, oh, they are children, but unfortunately, that's not the reality with many of them. It is not the reality with many of them. So this relocation that we are talking about is just like, for those of us that did biology, it's just like transplantation. When we transplant, when you move a plant from one location to another, it's just like that with them. We uproot them from a journey. We uproot our children from a system. We uproot them from a culture, and we want them to continue growing in another one. That's just what it's all about. That's what it looks like, okay? So the reality that they are faced with is not actually what we think. And that's why it is very important we talk about this. Now, without wasting time, I'm going to move to my first, to the first person, right? Pastor Akinshete, let me start with you. Let me start with you, right? Yeah.
Right.
So, Pastor Akinshete and Mrs. Blessing. Mrs. Blessing, can you turn on your camera if possible, please? Allow our people to see your face. Thank you so much. All right, Pastor Akinshete, when you were about moving abroad, did you give your daughter any closure? Like, was she part of the plan? Was she part of the decision to move abroad? Do you understand what I mean? Was she part of it? And if she was, what was her reaction like?
Anyways, thank you very much, everybody across the world watching. Like the convener has introduced, my name is Ayo Akinshete for a short, Now, that's a very good question, Ma. You see, while we were relocating, she was much more younger than this. Now she
Mm,
is an adolescent,
mm,
She's an adolescent, but at that time, I think she was just leaving the bracket of a toddler at that time. She was just leaving the bracket of a toddler, and now an adolescent.
mm.
But at that time, according to the UKVI's, one of the UKVI's requirements for her to relocate, because she is an entity different from the mom, different from the dad.
Yeah.
So she was treated as such. So we needed to go to a school according to the requirements. We needed to go to a school, get a exit, what I call an exit, kind of document. And we needed to carry along all the teachers and particularly the proprietress. So the proprietress had a one-on-one, I remember vividly, had a one-on-one session with her because she is well-traveled as well, told her all she needed to know. At that time, I was like, wow, I didn't actually plan for that. The mom did not actually envisage that, but it happened. And that was
Yeah.
going into her into her psyche. So when we got home, I now saw the reason to take it up from there, and the mom as well. So we took it up from there. We had one-on-one session with her severally. I can't even count the number of times. So what we did is that we included her in all the shoppings we did. While we're going for shopping for the mom, me, we included her. This is for you. And of course, it's just like when you're going to do a shopping for a little girl, for instance, going to do a shopping of a head warmer. And she knows that quite well. She wasn't using a head warmer in her former place that she was about to exit. Do you get? So all of those things now began to make her, okay, in a nutshell, gladdened her. She started asking questions. I remember vividly as well, one of the very key questions she asked was that, Daddy, hey, what happens to all my classmates, all my friends here? Are they coming with us?
Mm,
And that for me is very key, Are they coming with me? I now said, I didn't go straight to say no, not to, trigger anything. So I was very calm with that, with the mom as well. So we just told her, no worries, no worries, no, you understand? Stylishly, we told her eventually, no, you understand? She said, okay. What about my new friend? She was so concerned about her friends, you understand? At first. So let me not take the whole show, but in a nutshell, it is just we did carry her along. We did carry her along, and in the very day we were to leave Nigeria, you understand? I think a day before that day, we prepared her because a box. We got her a box. We ensured she did her packing. Do you understand? She did her packing. Understand? Herself, while we assisted her, we were just putting her through this, the process, just to prepare her mind that you are exiting your present location to a new location entirely, where you are going to meet with new world, new everything. Yeah, we
yeah.
did carry her along. Yeah.
Wow. Let me say kudos to you. That was good. That was great. That was commendable, right? Yeah. Your child is an entity. Please, if you're watching, hold on to that. Your child is an entity and should be part of not just your relocation plan. Your child should be part of every decision you're making because your
Yes,
child
ma'am.
is an entity with you on their own. Right. Thank you so much. Madam Blessing, you have
Yeah.
an older daughter. I know your daughter, of
Yes.
course. Was it easy peasy, or did you have to do some explaining, some convincing, some reassuring when you were leaving? Was it very easy? Was it a smooth one with her?
Yeah.
What was
Yes,
her
I
reaction?
would say it was. Yeah, it was actually a smooth one because she has been expecting, like, when my friend traveled, they left us in Nigeria, and she has been looking forward to meet them back, as in the friends, and particularly my friend. That are we going to meet up with them one day again? I said, don't worry.
Hmm.
When we got the visa, she was so happy, you know,
Wow.
and it was arranging everything by ourselves. She really wanted it. There was no struggle with it. She really wanted to travel out with us, as in going to UK was very easy for me to bring them down.
Wow.
There was no
Wow.
struggle.
Wow. Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Dr. Siva, yours was very easy as well. We can't hear you. Check your microphone. Mute and unmute. Are you using a desktop or using a phone? You're using a desktop. Uh, can you use your phone? I'm not sure you selected the right microphone from your desktop. Can you get the link on your phone? I'm not sure you have the right microphone on your desktop. Is that you? I can hear some sound now. Is that you or Mrs. Blessing? Okay, let's move on. I don't want to keep us for too long, right? All right, thank you so much. Let me go back to Pastor Akinshete, Pastor Ayo. So
All right.
did relocation, did it affect your family dynamics in any way? Like, let me give an example. Yeah. Okay, let me give an example. You probably had some family traditions. Okay, let me remove. Hold on. Right. Right. So the question is, did relocation affect your family dynamics in any way? Like, did you have some family traditions that were impacted? Were there some things you used to do, before moving abroad, and you found out that you got abroad and those things were not attainable? Pastor Akishete.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, oh yeah, lots and lots. But let me just give you a quick one, um, a very quick one. For instance, every weekend
Mm,
at that time when we're still back home, my wife used to, you understand, my wife used to do us a treat, a special treat. I will give her
mm,
the money. I will give her the money. She will go search for all it takes to do us a unique treat almost every weekend, except if she was not home because she is a singer, a very,
mm.
well-known singer in our community and across the state. So, but whenever she was home, she would always, my dear, please, could you get me? Of course, it was already a norm, a tradition in the family, immediate family, even by extension to my extended family, my dad, my mom, and her own dad, mom, and the other. So, for instance, there were these places she used to visit. You understand? We call those places Asu spots, for instance. So that Asu spot and pepper soup joint, you understand? She will get those things, pack them in some warmers, and bring them home. Then she distributes and all of that. So we used to do that almost every. But get it over here. It might sound funny, but it goes a long way to affect. Even if I'm telling you, even a baby girl was at some point, initially when we got here, she was just asking, and dad, mom, what about my pepper soup? You understand? So
Hmm.
yeah, it sounds so funny, but it goes a long way to affect us in a way that this joint no day again. You understand? So,
Hmm.
but so far so good. I like to give you the good news that my wife has found an alternative to it here.
Ah,
She
good.
does the thing. Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
So that's it. Yeah.
That's good. Madam Blessing, do you want to give it a go?
Actually, for me, coming down here with the kids, it's really like a lot of things was way back in Nigeria where we are coming from. My son particularly, Babin is here was very difficult for us to locate here when we came down. It took us a whole long time for us to get our style, the style that she barbs in Nigeria.
Hmm.
Sometimes say, Mommy, take me to Auntie BC's house now. The husband will take me to go and bag my style. I say, well, we'll look for somewhere here to barb your hair. Oh. We are not
Hmm.
going back. We have to navigate by
Yeah.
a whole lot of things here when we came in here. It took us a lot of time. Even now, we are still like trying to buckle up with many things. My children were like, Mom, things are happening here. The way we used to do it in Africa, in Nigeria, we are not doing it here. I say, what? They say Sundays after church, there's one there's this pop-up we eat after church. They say they are not selling it here. It's hot pop-up after church. And there was nothing happening. Even here we are worshiping, in the church we are worshiping. A lot of things, buying granules after church, there was nothing like that.
Guguru
Hot
Atepa.
pop-up, there was nothing like that. I say, keep on keeping my money. Oh. On those days, we will spend a whole lot of money, 1,000, 2,000 naira to do after church food before going home. I told them, I said, see, it's not like that again in Africa compared to where we are now. They said, Mommy, those hot pop can be very sweet. Mommy Diola, let's go back to Mommy Diola and eat pop. A lot of things we are, it's really, really, really a whole lot for us to navigate here now in UK. Yeah.
Maybe, maybe that's actually a business idea you are giving to someone. Thank God your church
Oga,
is an African church. We have an African community already. Maybe that's a business idea. Maybe someone can
yes,
just come up
so
one day
somebody
and
should grab it.
yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. It shouldn't be a big deal. Thank you so much. Yeah. I remember I never had the reason to try to I never had the reason to learn how to make hair back in Africa. Not
Hmm.
even for one day. I didn't even think of it for one day till I
Wow, she just
Wow.
the thing about internet and software.
Hmm.
I think she's going to join us soon.
Yeah, she's gonna rejoin.
Uh I think it's better for me more on laptop than phone. We are all gone. Oh no. Are we all gone? Am I the only one remaining? We are the only two remaining.
Yeah, we are two. I am
Yeah, let's
me and you.
let's check out and log in again and see.
Okay. Follow